All right, what is up, guys? Today we are going to talk about how to scale an auto detailing business from side hustle to 6 figures a year. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the different stages from starting a detailing business to hiring employees and expanding to new locations. I mean, why stay small? Who says you have to stay small? And what benefit is there to staying small? Most small business owners think small, and therefore they always put a cap on what they can earn. So I don't know about you, but I didn't want to get into entrepreneurship and working for myself just to stay small. If that's what you want to do, then get out of here. Go watch something else. Go watch some entertaining, funny stuff. But this is for those that really want to take it to the next level. They don't want to just start a business, but they want to really grow a business into something much, much bigger than themselves. You know what I mean? So if that's what you're interested in, then let's get into it. It's going to start with reputation. So reputation matters. I talk about this a lot in my content just because people seem to forget that. Like, they take it for granted. They think it's just this imaginary word of reputation. Like, they think they can dictate what it is. You know what I'm saying? But really, reputation is what people think about you. It's literally what they think about you. So if you sit there, walk around saying, I don't care what people think. I don't give a shit what they think. Well, then you know what? Your reputation is that. You know what I mean? You might not care what it is, but what they're thinking is exactly your reputation until you fix it. So that might mean changing your habits, changing your attitude, the way you conduct yourself in public, the way you deal with people. People, they remember that. People remember when somebody's nice to them. They remember when somebody's an asshole or a dick out in public. And if that's you, that's your reputation. It's going to follow your business. So I'm just saying this now. Take it seriously. Be the kind of person that you would like to work with, that you would like to give your hard-earned money to clean your car. You know what I'm saying? And so here's the deal. In the beginning, it's just you. You have full control over your reputation. So you have to focus on quality from the beginning. Even if you're giving, cheap workout to get your name out, to build your reputation, to get photos for social media. When you start, you gotta think about it. When you start, it's just, you have no reviews yet. Nobody knows if you do a good job yet. So even when you do like a freebie, if you gotta do something free for a friend, family, even when you do that, go all out. Make that shit look amazing. Like, don't miss a spot. You know what I mean? Like, really go all out, because this is where your reputation is gonna start. So basically, if you do it for free, you can still have that person leave you a review with photos of your work. I mean, think about it. It's like a win-win. It really is a win-win. You're going to get more work based off of that. So even if you do something for free, not saying you have to, but even if you do, it is okay. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. So cheap stuff, free stuff, whatever you do in the beginning when you're just starting out, if you're starting like from scratch and you don't have much going for you, make sure that people leave reviews and just do your best. Do your freaking best. Be polite, be nice, be respectful. Clean the shit out of their cars. Make them look, just perfect, right? Make it look like they paid thousands of dollars for a detail. Just do the best you can. And then another thing, watch your language. Like, always assume you're being recorded. When you're in somebody's property, if you're in their driveway cleaning their car, wherever you're at, even if you're just in their car in a parking lot somewhere, you never know if you're being recorded, whether audio, video, you just never know. It's weird, it's creepy, but you never know. So just have respect. Like, don't trash the customer, don't talk shit, don't complain. Just watch your mouth in general. Don't cuss a lot. Like, don't be a foul-mouthed person on the job. Just don't. It's not a good look. And then basically, if you do good work, you're a positive person, you build a positive reputation, you make it easy for customers to leave you a review. So text them when you text them something, an update or something, send them a link to your Google business profile. If you don't have one, get one made. I have a whole video on how to get verified. But make sure you have one and send them a link to it. If you have business cards, get a QR code made that takes them to your business listing, put that QR code on the back of the card, big QR code. And that's how you want to do it. You want to make it easy. You want to remove the friction. So remove all friction so that they can just leave a review without any kind of inconvenience to their time. Because these people probably care about their time. That's why they hire a mobile detailer, somebody that's convenient for them. It's a luxury service. It's a convenient service. So these people care about their time. You got to make it easy. You got to make it as quick as possible for them to leave a review. All right, so get organized and stay organized. If you stay organized from the start, you can prevent so many problems later on. So always go for the easiest way to manage your time because you don't want to create more work. And I see this all the time. Companies, they put all these policies in place, use this software for this software for this app for this. And it's like you're logging stuff here, tracking stuff, all this crazy nonsense, right? Keep it simple. Use Google Calendar. You can organize your bookings, your notes, everything on there. You can set up recurring events. So basically, you can put all the customer info in that recurring event. Like, all right, so schedule, once a quarter, once a month, once a week. And then you can always just, drag and drop to reschedule if you have to. And you can set up reminders. So you can get reminded, 3 days in advance, 1 day in advance. And then you can text, confirm with the client, make sure, everything's still on. So Google Calendar works for all that. Like you could do all of that with Google Calendar. And I know most people don't know because they don't actually use Google Calendar. They don't use any calendars at all because they don't organize shit. This is just most people in general. I'm not judging. It's how it is. I went through a lot of life not tracking time. And if you don't track your time, I swear you're going to be wasting so much of your life. And you're not even going to know it. You're giving it away to all these things that you consume, all these stupid things you scroll through, these things you watch, these stupid things you do. Like, track your time and you'll realize you can accomplish so much more in life. And I hate to sound corny, but it's so true. So, Google Calendar, track your time. And then for your website, because this is really all you need to do, right? You're going to get your bookings from either WordPress or Squarespace. If you set up a WordPress site, I have a tutorial on that. It's a whole 1.5-hour guide. It's pretty simple. You can do bookings through WordPress, or to keep it super simple, Squarespace. Anybody can do this through Squarespace. You'll get a basic website. You'll get all your basic booking functionality all through Squarespace. And it's simple. If you don't feel like dealing with tech and all this stuff, just go for Squarespace. And I sell WordPress development, and I'm still recommending this. I don't get no money recommending this, at least not at the moment. So Squarespace or WordPress, right there. If you want a CRM to manage your contacts and all of that, keep in mind you can just go with Google Calendar and Google Contacts. You could just stay organized through there. Or you can use HubSpot. And I say HubSpot, I know it's not the most trending thing to say right now, but they're huge. They're freaking huge. People are certified in HubSpot, right? They're certified in working with it. It's free. You can sync it with Google Calendar. If you ever need help in the future and you want to hire a freelancer, you want to hire somebody to help, a lot of people are already familiar with HubSpot. If you go for some niche thing that's made just for detailers, because everybody's popping off with shit now because of AI. So AI is literally writing their apps, you know what I mean? And these people don't know how to code really. So if something goes wrong, they don't know how to fix it. Stay away from it. Go for something trusted, HubSpot. I swear HubSpot is great if you need it. But in the beginning, just stick with Google Calendar, your website, collect your bookings, have a good process. Bookings go to your email. However you want to do it, just set all this up from the beginning. If you need help, send me an email, dbfarrell@outlook.com. I will help you. And now here we go. I talk about this a lot as well. Get a business number. Guys, it's not realistic to use your personal cell phone. At least your cell phone number. Right? You gotta think about, unless you answer the phone all the time like a professional, like you just gotta have a business line. You gotta have a business phone number. So you can use a service like OpenPhone, which they recently changed the name. You can use Google Voice. You can use Skype. You can pay for a number. Like, there's so many ways to pay for a number. You use So many different tools. I'll put a link in the description to help you out with the best deal, with the best offer. You just need something that works and that helps you separate business from personal. And why do I say that you need to separate business from personal? Because most people answer the phone like, well, not a professional. Okay, like I see people answering the phone. I don't see. I've had to cold call a lot of companies, right? A lot of detailers. Sorry if I've done this to you, but I call and 90% answer the phone like that. There's like, get my hello, yeah, hello, hello. Oh, yeah. I detail, yeah. I mean, come on. Are you serious? Like, why would I spend $1,000+ on something like a coating or paint correction or whatever to somebody that can't even answer the phone like a business? I wouldn't. It would sound like some kind of shady thing, you know? I'd be like, I don't know if I trust this. Was some dude just like sitting on his couch watching Netflix, eating chips and shit. Like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get my phone out and I'm gonna call somebody else, and hopefully they answer the phone like a professional. Like, hey, thanks for calling. Hey, thanks for calling. Blah 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 detailing. This is blah 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 speaking. How can I help you? Hey, thanks for calling Detailer Suite. This is David speaking. How can I help you? Like, hey, David speaking. How can say something, right? Just don't just say hello. Oh yeah, I detail. Oh yeah. You know, so take your business seriously, otherwise nobody else will. That's it. That's all I got for this one. Alright, so getting customers. Everybody's favorite part. This is what we all want to know. How do you actually get customers? How do you grow? And this is what everybody's afraid of because it requires advertising or a lot of time and effort, or probably both. Guys, starting a business isn't supposed to be easy. Everybody would do it. Everybody would succeed at it if it was easy. So get customers. The goal is to grow. You need customers to grow. How do you do it? You need a strong reputation. Like I said, even if you do free work, friends, family, get them to leave reviews, build that reputation on Google. So you get positive reviews on Facebook, Google, Yelp, everywhere you can. Get positive reviews. And then now, to step it up, advertising is scary. I don't want to spend money. I know people that have been in business for decades and they hated spending money on ads. But they stayed the same size for decades. They never grew. They never got bigger. And if they did, it was for some one-off deal. And then when it was over, they were back to normal, back to small. Guys, you have to advertise. So Google and Microsoft ads are excellent for local companies, service-based businesses like auto detailers. So you can promote on Microsoft ads. It's cheaper than Google. Nobody talks about it, right? Google's the biggest. Everybody goes for Google. But guys, go for Microsoft. If you're broke and you want to start small, go for Microsoft. You can have a lower budget, reach more people, more affluent people, actually. If you look it up, there are more affluent people on Bing. Like, just, maybe not more. Bing search, like, Bing users are typically more affluent. I think it's like 20-something% more affluent than Google users. So just on average, just the quality of traffic is going to be better, especially local traffic. A lot of older people, nowadays all kinds of people, because of Copilot, AI, everything's changed. I think Bing has actually grown quite a bit. So anyway, you're going to advertise. You can do Google as well. Google is great. I'm just saying, if you have a smaller budget, go for Microsoft. There's less competition. Beyond that, you got Facebook, and we all know Facebook ads. Facebook ads is great, but a lot of times you're going to reach scrollers. These people aren't looking to buy at the moment. So when you first start, unless you got money to blow, if you work a full-time job already, you already got some good money saved up, stacked up, you're good income, go ahead with the Facebook ads. Build your brand now. Get that shit growing. Because Facebook ads can get you in front of your whole town. I mean, you can make your name at least known to where when somebody actually is ready to buy, you're the first one on their mind. So Facebook ads is great, especially if you could do lead generation, get them to somehow subscribe. So have a mailing list, have them subscribe, get their email, and then you can, sell them later. So there's different methods here. So Facebook is great. Google, Microsoft ads, all great. Local print ads. Now every big local area has a decent, local newspaper, magazines, different print media that you can get on. You know what I'm saying? So look into it. You may or may not have good options. You might have something really cheap, right? Really cheap compared to digital ads. These days, things are fluctuating. Sometimes local print doesn't get much love. People don't really want to pay for it as much. So, I mean, just look around. See if you can get some good ads. But I would focus more on Google and Microsoft just because these people are directly looking in that moment for a detailer. So, in the beginning, it's a no-brainer. Google and Microsoft ads. And then, your marketing is everything, of course, because you're going to be growing over time. So as you create or as you grow your business, as you do details, create video content, create photo content, just all kinds of content. Create the content around everything you do. You want all kinds of footage, cleaning carpets, seats, everything, cleaning wheels, putting on wax, putting on ceramic coatings, polishing, headlight restoration. Create video content and you can reuse it over and over with different messages. Like, just do this for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you want to grow over time into like a big brand, you want to scale, you're going to start from the beginning with these things because it doesn't take long. If you just record, you find a natural process where you set up your tripod, you mount the phone a certain way, and you get on with your business, right? You do your thing. Don't let it interfere. I'm not saying you got to have top quality production, okay? You don't have to do that. I don't do that. You don't have to do that. People like, real content. You don't have to be some Hollywood shit. So just create content in a way that works for you, that's easy for you, so you can still do your job and record. And then content, man. You guys got to post reels. You post a reel, you go on Facebook and Instagram at once. Post reels. Just find a process where you do it just once a week. You could take the content and make different content and schedule it out for the rest of the week, rest of the month. You could plan things out or get somebody to help you do it. Whether it's a spouse, partner, whatever, get somebody to help. Try, at least try. Come on, guys. And then last, for getting customers, I'm going to say this. Actually, this isn't the last because, I'm going to give you one bonus right now. One bonus right now. Flyers or door hangers work well. Going door to door sucks. Cold calling sucks, but going door to door is even worse. At least for most people. Some people love it. They're okay. They've done it since they were young. Maybe they sold a lot of freaking cookies. I don't know. But for most of us, we don't like doing it. But when you're just passing out flyers and putting door hangers on their door, you know what I'm saying? You're just dropping something off. You don't even have to knock. Just go. Make sure it's a neighborhood that doesn't have the no soliciting sign or whatever. Just go through and just pass them around. If you go in a nice, affluent neighborhood, place where people are maybe retired, nicer areas, and just door to door, pass them out everywhere. Just like yard work. Just like people that sell yard work, like landscaping and all that, they do it. I know it works well. And it's similar. It's not quite the same. But it works because they see it. They see it and it works. If you got a good offer, I would give a good introductory offer when you're doing, cold outreach like that, because they might not be obviously interested in, $1,000 paint correction, but, something more introductory so they can get to know you, right? And then you can sell them on more. All right. So beyond that, build partnerships. Auto repair shops, body shop, partner with people that they might benefit from having somebody that they can call to fix a scratch or a mess up. Maybe somebody bumped into something. They need somebody that's a go-to person they trust to where if they mess something up on a client's car, or if they have a client that is looking for help with detailing stuff, they go to you. It's especially helpful for people that do paint corrections or ceramic coatings. Don't underestimate partnerships, is all I'm saying. You can get by with or without them, but with them, you can get a lot of help. A lot of help. Just because you've built a nice relationship with a local business owner like yourself. Okay, fleet detailing services. There's a love-hate relationship with fleet detailing in the community. A lot of people say no way. It's miserable. They want everything for nothing. If you want to work like a slave, go for it. That's some people's opinion. And then there's some people that literally it keeps them going, especially during winter time. If you live like where I do, there's actually a winter. Guys, that reliable income is helpful. So should you do it? That's up to you. They're typically custom deals worked out with people that do fleet detailing services. If it works for you, it works for you. You know what I'm saying? If it can give you a cushion to where you have some base money coming in every month because you have that. It's a reliable stream of income because you're having a hard time getting customers otherwise. I don't see a problem with it. It's better to have work and work like a slave than be a broke peasant. That's the way I see it. You can work like a slave and eat like a king, but with no work, you ain't eating shit. So, reliable stream of income. Fleet detailing is that. And so what do you do when you're finally booked? You have no time, and you're not even sure if you can actually get the job done at this point. You might be turning people down. You might be saying, I don't have time for that. You might reach that point because you didn't hire your first person yet. You might need to hire your first employee. And this is everybody's least favorite part. If you look it up, when people talk about scaling, growing a detailing business, hiring help, they hate it. They don't recommend it. They say it never worked for them. They can never figure it out. People would just move on. They would do their own thing, or they were too lazy, blah, blah, blah. It has got to be the most common complaint when it comes to growing a detailing business. I can't get help. I can't keep an employee. So what's the solution? You got to offer a clear path forward. You want to grow. If you want to grow, what does that mean? Like, think about it. If you were to work with Sam Walton back in the day building Walmart, can you imagine? Like, they got to know there's a future. Like, they have to know there's a future. They have to know you're going to grow, but you're going to build them up. They're a part of the team. You could start. It could be a kid that just is helping you out, but that's the start, right? That's just where it starts. It's just the start. In the future, that could be a leadership role. In the future, he might be a guy that's over a whole fleet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you give him a whole service area. Like, you just have to let them know that there's going to be reward for sticking with you, because doing it on your own is not easy. As we've discussed, it is not easy. Most people will not do it. Most people will think about doing it, possibly make a business name, maybe even get a customer or two, and that's it. They're done. It's just a side hustle. Whatever you tell yourself. It's only a side hustle because you couldn't grow it. Give them ways to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can upsell, if they can sell a customer on something extra, maybe cut them a percentage. Work some kind of compensation plan out. And the main struggle, as far as, is this person going to work out? This person can't offer the same quality as I do. It doesn't get the job done the same way. You're worried about quality. Have a checklist. Have processes. Like, when you train them, like, have ways of doing things that, as long as they follow directions, the cars will be perfect. The job will get done to your standard. A checklist is annoying if it's just you, but once you hire people, you You might benefit from having a checklist that you know that they checked it off, they did this, they looked at this, take photos, have a process for quality assurance. It's not rocket science, guys. And just think, there's a guy out there that started something and put rockets into space and made them come back and go back into space. And you're tripping that you can't hire your first employee or keep your first employee. You can figure it out. Jeez. Okay, so that brings us to the P word, payroll. This is what most small business owners hate. It's what keeps them up at night. Am I going to make payroll? Do I have enough money in the account? Once you get to this level, I imagine you have plenty cash flow. I'm not going to get into finances and all the details. Just make sure you're not being a dumbass, okay? Be wise with your money. So payroll could be simple. You could use QuickBooks, Square, Wave, Gusto. Select one. Go with it. Don't make it complicated, but do things right from the beginning. The main issue is when people do things wrong, okay? If you go with one of these services, I'm telling you, it's not the end of the world. You can figure it out. So just use something good. Don't try to do things in a sketchy way. I worked in construction in Florida for years, and I know a lot of these companies, they have shady ways of doing things with payroll. You might know somebody that runs a business and does shady things with payroll, doesn't do things right. Anyway, don't make those mistakes. You don't want the IRS after you in the future. You don't want problems. Just do things right. QuickBooks, Square, Wave, Gusto, links in the description. Now, expanding services. How do you make more money? Well, you offer more stuff, right? So that's what we're going to talk about here. Every market is different, but just in general, people that detail often branch out and they do paint protection film, window tinting, ceramic coatings. These are like the services that bring in more money. So the idea is do more, make more. It's always wise to hire somebody that has already done it or go through proper training. Whatever you have to do to offer a higher paying service, you can do. Now, in a small town, you might not be able to offer some of this stuff. It might not actually work out that way. You might have to go a whole different route. If you live in a small town where there's a winter, you might have to do something like, you might even do carpet cleaning. You might go into people's houses, do carpet cleaning during the winter. You might do some pressure washing during the summer. Like, there are other things you can offer. I'm not saying you got to be limited to this, what it looks like everybody else is doing. Do what works for you in your area, in your market. You can expand with just the basics. You don't have to actually add services. So I'm not saying you have to do that, but just keep that in mind that these are things you can offer. And you might be wondering, should I open a shop? Do I need a shop? There are many benefits to opening a shop. Being mobile is awesome. It's the best way to start, in my opinion. Some people are blessed with money, maybe some sort of help, financial help, or maybe they already are established financially and they're able to just get a shop from the start. That's cool. Hey, if that's you, that's cool. That's great. I would do it. But for most of us, we're going to start mobile and work our way to a shop. Now, depending on where you live, I mean, this can be cheap. This could be ridiculously expensive. So you're just going to have to look around. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, I have seen it all over the place. I've seen people pay like literally pennies. And then I've seen people pay tens of thousands for a shop. So it depends where you are, what your options are. But a shop in general is cool if you can afford it. Just consider there's rent, utilities, insurance. There's a whole new line of expenses. Or not line. There's multiple lines. There's a whole new level of expenses when it comes to opening a shop. But should it be a goal? Like, should you even like should this be something you strive for? Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna expand by opening a shop, or are you going to expand by getting more vehicles and hiring, or getting a shop and hiring? what do you think makes more money? It's probably cheaper to get a vehicle and hire and have somebody out there detailing than it is to get a shop and then hire. You see what I'm saying? But depending on where you're at, you might have winter. And in that case, it is best to get a shop as soon as you can. As soon as you can. And I am serious, because wintertime will kill you. If it snows and there's ice on the ground everywhere, you can't detail properly. If you can't do it mobile, you just can't. You're going to have a lot of days where you're just not going to be able to do it. Or you're going to do a sketchy job. You're going to do a job where you're kind of paranoid that you're going to scratch the paint, or you're going to damage something because the weather is too freaking cold. So having a shop eliminates that. You can bring people to you. You can still do a good paint correction. You could still offer ceramic coatings. You could still do a proper wash if you have a shop where you could wash inside, especially if you have heat. So stability, that's the number one. You in certain people in certain locations, this is not even something you can. It's non-negotiable. Like this, we are doing this. We are saving. We are working to get a shop. And it's good year round for paint correction work. It's good all the time for certain things. It's good to have the option. You can go to them or they can come to you. And then it can even bring you in more work if it's in a good location. Like if people see it, the right people driving by every day, it can bring you work just from being there. So just keep in mind, rent, utilities, insurance, expenses are going to be high. So don't be a jackass. Like, do some research in the area, find the best thing you can get that works for your needs. Just be smart with your money. Opening a shop is great if you need it. If you don't need it, if you live in a place that's warm all the time, I say don't even do it. Don't even do it until you got like a whole fleet and you're just raking in the dough. You know what I'm saying? If you have really, really solid cash flow for a year straight, go ahead, open a shop. If you are still wondering, because to me the answer is as soon as possible every time, right? When should you expand? The answer is pretty simple across most companies. Like across almost every industry, this is the same thing. High demand exceeds current capacity, right? You have too much demand. You just don't have enough time. If it's just you and one other employee, you guys can't get it done. Get another, and then get another. As you get them, maybe branch out to expand your service area. But the point is, when the demand exceeds current capacity, grow. You need to expand. If you have stable revenue and proven systems in place, you can expand. If you don't have stable revenue, if you haven't been making money, you don't have good cash flow, if you're not organized, that's why I said in the beginning, get organized. If you are not organized at all and you try to expand, your shit's gonna break. Things will fall apart, right? If you do this wrong, things will fall apart. You have to have proven systems in place. So as you expand, make sure you're organized, and then expand sooner, not later. Always, as you're getting all these wins and you're growing, keep going. Don't stop. Don't stay at that level like, oh, this is it. No, you keep the momentum going. You keep it going and you expand. I'm telling you, once you stop, it's going to be hard to pick up again. So, I'm sure we have all heard it. Who hasn't heard it? I don't know if you haven't heard it. The 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Plan your expansion. Start with market analysis to identify demand. Is there enough people there? What's your competition like? Are you going to be able to easily replicate successful processes from your first location? So like I said, be organized, have good processes so that as you grow, you can just simply, copy paste. This worked here, it's going to work here. There might be some market differences we could sort out, but for the most part, this works. Let's go. And then you have options for expansion. So franchising versus corporate owned. There are many good resources on this. Guys, ChatGPT is going to be your friend, and Perplexity. Perplexity, man, even for free, they give you deep research every day. Do a market analysis with Perplexity. And then if you're not sure about your options for franchising, corporate owned, how you want to expand, have it help you with the details. Dude, no person is on that level. Like, the amount of help these tools can give you instantly. I'm telling you, you don't need much human help. It's sad, but you really don't. And I say that because human help is expensive, right? Human help is, if you want to hire a consultant or an expert, it costs you a fortune. You don't have to do that now. You can figure it out on your own these days. So make sure you're prepared. Don't go into it unprepared, but still go quick, man. While the momentum is going, keep it going. Don't sit there and plan forever. It doesn't take 3 months to plan your expansion. It does not. All right. And so as you grow, there are going to be challenges. You're going to have to expect them. That's life. Just know that you're always going to be able to handle what is thrown at you. Right? So maintaining quality as the business grows. That's why we have procedures. That's why we have checklists. That's why there's a certain standard that gets trained and trained down. So as you train somebody, your first people will eventually train other people. You see what I'm saying? But these processes have to be solid, repeatable, and effective. Employee retention and turnover, it's a big problem for people. People leave. They think, oh, I can go do it on my own, blah, blah, blah. Look, let them go. Let them go. Don't be upset. Don't be a hater. They want to do it on their own, let them do it. If they fail, let them come back. At least try. But this is why I said, you want to give people hope, right? You want to let people know, you stick with me, you're going to be compensated, you're going to be rewarded. Figure it out in your pricing. See, people that stay small, think small, and they're always thinking about, I can't give this person a little bit more. Why would I do that? It's taking money from me. But look, if you want to get wealthy, you're going to have to make other people wealthy. You don't just get wealthy. You got to make that shit. Give these people reason to get out there and try to sell customers on more stuff. Get them a reason to get out there and do a good job. Let them know in the future they can work towards something else. Let them know they can get commission by recommending certain services or products or whatever. Give them ways to kind of move up or earn more. If you do that, you will have far less employee retention problems than most auto detailing companies who can't keep somebody for shit. And if you look at the job listings, it's obvious why. They don't want to pay. They want you to do all this stuff. They don't want to pay. They don't pay. It's fine if you pay low, but offer some kind of commission. Offer some kind of thing. Make it cool. They want to work for you. They think it's awesome they get to work for you. They get to make more money. They get to, clean car. Some people enjoy detailing. I do. If I didn't have kids, I would work freaking minimum wage just detailing cars all day. I'd be happy. And so other than that, be smart with your money. Because one of the biggest challenges is managing cash flow. People take the cash flow, they start blowing the money. They even start blowing it on products and things they don't need, chemicals they don't need, tools they don't need. They already have a bunch of this. They're buying more just because they think it's useful to keep buying more stuff they don't need. Don't do that. Make your cash flow for things, make it useful for marketing. Make it useful for getting more customers. This is infinite money glitch. You run ads, you get customers that pay you more money than you spent in ads. Keep going. But don't blow your money recklessly. Just because you have a lot coming in doesn't mean you can just, let the shit go to waste. But like I said, expect challenges. Challenges are going to come up. Challenges pop up. It's normal. It's part of daily life in general. You will have challenges, but as they pop up, just know you can handle them. If you don't know how to handle them, you have tools to tell you how to handle them. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, whatever you use. There's so many ways. I used to say Google it, but now you can just talk about it, right? You don't need a consultant. Here are some tips for expanding to a new location. So first, take advantage of your CRM. Send email and text reminders to existing customers. You want to keep the cash flow good. You want to make sure everything is good in your, headquarters, right? Where you started. You want to keep that good. Do not neglect that. So as you're expanding, keep up on them with SMS reminders, email reminders. Let them know, hey, you got a detail coming up scheduled. Keep up on your existing base, because you do not want to lose that just in case something goes wrong while you expand. Plan for things, expect for things to go wrong. And so, partnerships are valuable, as we discussed earlier. As you grow, you become more respected. More companies are more likely to trust you. They're more likely to recommend you. So as you expand to a new location, chances are some of your existing partnerships or connections might have, connections where you are expanding to. So things might work out in your favor. You never know. You never know, especially if it's a nearby area. So create a referral program for both customers and employees. This is a no-brainer, because if they know they're going to get some money, they're getting a kickback, they'll gladly recommend your services. A lot of people are going to talk about it because they're going to be flexing on their friends. Like, hey, I just spent $200 on a detail. Guy came to my house. Most people are like, oh, I went to a car wash. So yeah, like, word of mouth is a big deal. Like, people see it. People see you out there when you're mobile detailing. So you can have one of those signs up, like it's an A-pillar sign, I believe it's called. So you have this up. You can have this up, like if you're working in a parking lot, if you're working, anywhere, even in a driveway, you could put that up to where people driving by can read the sign as you're working, and they can see, your contact info. They can see what you're about. This is especially useful if it's not already on your van, or if you're working out of a car, however you're operating at the moment. You can get one of these early on. These are awesome. Okay, so beyond that, SEO. You're going to create a web page for each location. Each location area is going to need its own page, its own landing page. And this gives each page a chance to rank, right? You can't have one web page that's going to somehow show up for every service area. Now you can, but it's harder. So this is a website thing. If you're going to be doing your own website, you might find it easy, you might find it complicated. If you need help, let me know. But basically, you want a web page for each service area, each location. And then you can optimize your Google business profile for each location. And finally, my tip is to start building the presence there before you actually open a location there. So have your page made. You can even start getting ads. Well, you might not want to run ads yet if you're not willing to drive out there, because that might be too expensive. But in the beginning, if you just want to test it out and you're willing to drive, I don't know how far it is, but if it's close enough, you're still willing to do that, go ahead. Build a web presence and run ads before you've actually even expanded there. It's optional to run the ads. It might not be worth it if you're not willing to actually drive to that area, but that's fine. But you can still build a web presence. You can still do the SEO, because SEO takes time. It does take time. So build a page, get it optimized for that area, and just be ready. You could tell them coming soon, put in your email, and we'll let you know when we're taking on new customers. You can make it look like this, premier high demand thing where you're just too booked at the moment. You can say, we're currently too booked, put in your email, we'll let you know. Something like that to get their email, so you can start collecting emails from people in that new location before you're even there. So build a web presence for the area, start collecting emails of people from the area. And then finally, guys, this is actually what I do full time. I love to detail cars, but I live in an area where I just wouldn't make that much money doing it. I really wouldn't. Not compared to what I make making websites, helping people with their marketing. So to me, detailing is something I love to do, but I also like to help people grow their companies. I like to help them with marketing, getting their websites online, making sure they're collecting emails, making sure they're actually making progress, right? I don't believe in just building a website, putting it up, and letting it sit. Most people do that, and they have a website that does nothing for them. So my thing is I build it, optimize it, and I like to over time help grow it. Progress, right? You're getting more emails, you're getting more leads, you're getting more visibility, you're showing up for more keywords. So even with AI, the way things are changing, I'm keeping up on all of this. I'm doing my best to present you guys with all the latest info. So if you are into starting your own business, maybe you already have your own business, whether it's detailing or not, any service-based business really is going to be able to get value from this. But look, if any of this helps you, give this a like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here to help. And if you want to hire somebody to help with the website, with marketing, content creation, anything like that, send me an email, dbfarrell@outlook.com. Send me an email and I will get back to you ASAP. A lot of this might have been generic. It wasn't all super technical. But the reason most people don't scale is because of this stuff. It's not because of the technical thing. The technical thing can be figured out. It can be sorted out. You have Google, you have AI. No technical thing should ever hold you back in 2026. It's 2025 now, but I say that because it's almost 2026. Nothing technical should hold you back. You should be able to figure out anything and just keep going forward. Keep making progress in your business, in your life. That's what this is all about. So, I will have more stuff for you soon. I hope you guys take this info and run with it. I hope you sincerely try to start a business. If you're thinking about starting a detailing business, sincerely give it a shot. Sincerely try. And if you already have one and you're just kind of stagnant and you're like, it's just a side hustle, because that's what you become comfortable telling yourself. If that's you, come on, rethink things. Things aren't getting cheaper. Things are going to get more expensive. Way more expensive. That's the nature of the world. Things will get more expensive. So you, therefore, have to make more money. That should always be the goal here. Make more money. Until you have so much that if there's an emergency, you can help any loved one. If something goes wrong, you know what I'm saying? You need to be able to help the people you love. You need to be able to have money. There's nothing wrong with making money. So don't be one of these guys that thinks, detail on the side is small. Or maybe you say that because you're insecure because you're not making a lot of money yet. That's okay. Just freaking try harder. I'm telling you, everything I mentioned in here works. Getting customers, Microsoft ads, Google ads, it works. Even Facebook works, but it takes time. Setting up a web page, making sure it's optimized for Google, that works. A Google business listing optimized for every service area, that works. Doing work for damn near free if you have to get your first 5 reviews, that works. Why wouldn't you? It works. Okay? If you really want to make money, guys, you gotta get out there. You gotta really put in the work. You gotta do more than the other person's willing to do. When you think something is hard, that should be what excites you. That should be when you're like, you know what? As soon as I realize this thing is hard, that's when I realize that's where somebody else is giving up. That's where they're giving up. That's where you gotta come in and say, no, this is the good part. This is it. This is, you know what I mean? This is the point. You do the hard thing that others won't do. And that's why you're going to get paid more money than they will get paid. That's why you will go further. You will succeed when they won't. When they will stagnate. They will get comfortable in their side hustle. Or they will just quit. Because most people are just going to quit. Hell, if this is your side hustle, I got way more respect for you. But if you just build it, stop, quit, man, what the hell is wrong with you? Especially if you ain't got no kids. Especially if you got under 3. Anyway, that's another point. Look, I am done with this video. So, thanks for watching. If you got any value, please give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. or you will see me.